What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is Tuesday, January 30th, and I was going to go ice fishing this morning, but everybody had plans already today, and I didn't really feel like going out and sitting on the ice by myself all day, so I figured I'd come down to this deer yard where the deer like to yard up in the winter, walk some of these trails, maybe find some sheds. Some of the deer have lost their antlers, some of them are still hanging on to them, but I actually did a video walking around in this deer yard a couple of years ago, I think, but it was on the other side, which is probably almost a mile away. It's a pretty big piece of land, and it kind of goes up over this big ridge. So today I decided to come over on the other side of this ridge, which off to my left about 100 yards is a swamp and a brook that runs down through here. So the side of this hill just comes down into the edge of that swamp, and as you can see, I'm on a pretty beaten deer trail. There's actually some really big tracks on this thing, so there's definitely some nice bucks hanging out in here. But I'm just gonna poke around. It's pretty calm today, not much wind. As you can probably tell, the snow's a little bit crusty. We did just get a few inches of snow the other night, but I think the trees in here, there's a lot of hemlocks, and I think that caught most of that snow, so everything that's on the ground's kind of crusty and loud. But I'm going to walk down through here and see if we can find some sheds or see some deer and get some video with some deer, see what happens. It's better than sitting around the house today. That's a pretty good track right there. There's some good ones in there. Well, I've gone probably 100 yards. Nice little rub right in front of me. I can hear the brook down in front of me, and this trail has been kind of following the brook, but now it looks like it cuts right down to it, so I'm going to follow it down to the brook, and if it crosses, I'm just going to head kind of off to my right and back up over the hill. I was kind of hoping this trail would swing back up over, but I was hoping to possibly get some footage of some deer, but I haven't seen any yet, and it's probably going to be kind of hard to sneak up on them because the snow's so crusty and loud, but let's see what happens. That's kind of what I was afraid of. I mean, I could walk, I do have my rubber boots on, so I could walk right across the brook, but I kind of wanted to stick up to this hillside, so there is kind of a trail, one crossing the brook, and then kind of one following the brook. So I think I'm just going to get on that one following down the brook, and if it doesn't eventually swing back up over the hill, I'll just cut off it and get back up that way. So. Just kind of came up into the edge of this old cutting right here. The brook's right down there. And I know there's a snowmobile trail that comes down through here, down a ways, and crosses the brook. So I think I'm just going to kind of follow this bank for now. As you can tell, this trail hasn't been used since we got snow a couple days ago. I'm going to follow this down until I hit the snowmobile trail, and then kind of cut up over the hill on the snowmobile trail until I get onto another well-used deer trail. I am getting my exercise today, that's for sure. Well, I finally made it up on top of the ridge. As you can see, it's pretty open up here. Lucky for me, somebody decided to randomly ride their snowmobile out through the woods here. So it looks like the deer have the same idea as me. They're following right along this snowmobile trail. And it kind of goes right back into where I wanted to go anyway. There's some patches of hemlocks that are real thick up on top of this ridge out here. And I get a feeling that's probably where the deer are hanging out. So I'm going to make my way down this way and might actually be able to sneak up on some deer and get some video of them. Up over the top of the ridge, and I'm kind of headed down the other side now. But I decided to cut up and get back on the snowmobile trail. Just so it's a lot easier walking. And I figured the deer that do hang out in here are so used to snowmobiles and stuff going by that if they see me walking on this trail, they might be a little less likely to take right off running. I might actually be able to get some video. Plus this trail kind of traverses the upper part of this ridge, so I'll be able to walk along the edge of this and kind of look down the hill and maybe spot some deer, and I'll kind of be up above them, so I'll get a better vantage point. Definitely some sign up here though, some deer trails everywhere. Just walking along, looking down over the hill for deer. Bedded down, and I looked up the hill, and about 50 yards away, there's a big doe laying right there. She doesn't look too nervous. Well, I pretty much made it down to the other side of the ridge here. I can kind of see the bottom, probably 100 yards down in front of me, but I think I'm just going to turn around and follow this snowmobile trail back up over the ridge and back towards the truck. If I find any really used beaten trails kind of heading in the direction off the snowmobile trail back toward the truck, I might follow those and see what I can see, but a lot easier and quieter walking on this trail, especially since they just groomed it. It's pretty packed. So I am going to make my way back up over the ridge and keep my eyes peeled for some more deer. Well, I pretty much just got back to the spot right up here is where I saw that deer laying. And when I was walking through here before, I was looking down over the hill, trying to spot deer down in this bottom. I don't know if you guys can see that. See if I can zoom in. There's blood all down the hillside right there. Looks like more of it down there. I'm going to walk down there and see what it is. I'm sure it's a dead deer or something. Looks like an awful lot of blood to be like a porcupine or something. So I'm going to walk down there and check it out. Definitely a deer by the looks of it. Up here, looks like the blood trail kind of starts up here. I don't know if the thing tried to run up the hill. Yeah, there's a little bit of stuff up there in those branches. Some fur and stuff right there. Snowmobile trail's right there at the top of the hill. That's where I was just standing. It was basically right up there by that rock. Coyotes must have got a hold of one. about the only piece of meat left on that deer, which is the stomach liner, I think. The intestines. We got a chunk of something over here. I don't know what it is. Looks like the tail or an ear. I'm not sure what that is. There's some more stuff right here. Coyotes definitely had a field day down here. There's small pieces. Just chunks of skin. Bummer. There's a couple of deer right there. Well guys, I just about made it back up to the road now. Didn't find any shed antlers today, which is no surprise. I did see some deer. I was starting to wonder for a while. I walked quite a ways before I even saw a deer. Well, it's good to get out, get some exercise. Beats sitting around the house watching TV. Hopefully we'll be able to get out and do some ice fishing soon. We've been out, Chuck and I have been out like 3 times, but it's been pretty slow. We did put up a video. It's kind of a compilation of some of the fishing we've done so far this season, but hopefully we can get out this weekend. Not this weekend, but the following weekend is fishing derby on our local lake, so we'll probably go into that derby and probably not expect to win anything, but we'll get out there and have some fun anyway and catch some fish. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys on the next one.